I am absolutely over the moon with having some of the beautiful authors with me today here. We have all the authors in, and unfortunately, could not all be here now. But for us who are here, I would like us to just all introduce ourselves and just say something about what it is that you're going to write about. What does the book mean to you? What will it mean to the reader? Just in about 2 minutes or so, not very long, so that we can introduce ourselves to the world about and this amazing book. Right, I'm going to nominate, so I'm going to ask Robin to start.
I knew you were going to pick me. So hello. My name is Robin Fricke. I live in Kansas City, Missouri. I will say I'm so honored to be a part of such an amazing group of women, truly, from all over the world. This book, to me, My Mess is My Message. It really had me thinking, I'm like, well, is it really my mess? Or was it others, their messes, which became my message? So my message in this book is really, it's about women who end up dealing with chronic illnesses, mysterious illnesses, if you will, and there's no rhyme or reason. And this is to give them hope that it's not just all in their heads, it's not something that they've done to themselves, and that there is a true root, an emotional root to that. And so to give them that hope that, you know what, you will be okay, and that there are answers for you, and that those answers reside within us. It's just a matter of knowing how to pull those out. So that's my message, is remembering who we really are.
It's beautiful. Thank you, Robin.
Yeah.
Okay, and Jackie.
Okay. Hi, everybody. I'm Jackie Harwood. I am living in Auckland, New Zealand. The story, what attracted me to this beautiful book, My Mess is My Message, is it's just amazing how we all together have individual stories of accomplishment through adversity. And every single one of us has had some pretty heavy trials in life. I really see that in my work and in the world. My particular story is about overcoming a large amount of trauma and how I've managed to, by manifesting and embodying MS, I've managed to create ways of going forward with this illness in the best way possible. And it's my hope and dream to bring equal peace and joy to their lives of many MS suffering women, to get through this in the best optimal way possible for their health.
Oh, beautiful, Jackie. Thank you. And I think that would be absolutely amazing for women to learn how to live with this, because it's not easy to live with MS.
Yes, yeah.
Beautiful. Thank you. Awesome. Okay, Christine.
Hello, I'm Christine Merman. I'm a trauma specialist. I had a bad childhood, out of which I built a very successful career as a full-time artist for about 30 plus years. I spent 10 years as a corporate art director in Los Angeles while I raised my son alone, and I took lots of awards with that too. But my purpose in finding my mess is my message is that my whole career life was ended by my mother entering into dementia. And she had been basically my worst perpetrator my whole life. And when we were able to find peace and every single negative between us vanished, I mean, instantly, it changed my life dramatically. And I knew I didn't want to just go back into making art. I need to help people with trauma. And I work predominantly with women, although I also work with men. But for me, this book was just a joyous inclusion with women from around the world who are just like me. I mean, we all have traumas in our life, and each one of us has our own specialty. And it's just such a humbling and honor to be included with all of these women in this book. So thank you, Dina, for doing this. This is a huge job, and I just so appreciate it.
Oh, thank you, Christine. Thank you.
Yvonne.
Oh, all these stories are beautiful. Right. Let's give Adele. Adele, you must just unmute yourself.
I am. Can you hear me?
Yes, yes, we can hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Ah,
Yes.
fantastic. Sorry. So I'm Adele from South Africa. I'm a business and leadership coach. I specialize in working with women in corporate business, which is also a big part of my history and my mess of my message in this book. I think often, you know, we as women reflect and ask the question, is the life that we are living worth the price that we are paying to live it? And often when we have illnesses or symptoms in our lives, we don't really look at the causes, we just look at the symptoms, and often we only just treat the symptoms. It's harder to look beneath the surface, and it's often more difficult to treat the causes, but it is possible. It is a big part of my experience and the message I want to give. And that's what my chapter is about, looking deep into yourself, finding new definitions of success and happiness, and building resilience.
Oh,
Thank you.
thank you, Adele. It's beautiful. Oh, wow. I think people are absolutely just drooling now already for this book. Irina.
Hi, yes, I want to introduce myself. I very lovingly joined the group at the very last minute, and so I am in process of getting my writing done right now, and it's quite a challenge because, you know, our lives, as I see other women, we have long journeys, all of us, and we come to some sort of conclusion, and usually around age of 40, where we have our midlife crises, that we come into the new you chapter of our lives. And it's so wonderful to hear about all these women that are shining lights, basically, you know, to the rest of the women. And I feel I'm part of it as a guide to younger generation, or the ones that are just entering into that generation of some sort of figuring out, because everything is figure outable. And my background as an acupuncturist in Chinese medicine, I take my clients in a deeper journey, how mind, body, and soul connection makes its entrance, exit, how to balance it. And I myself had a story that I struggled with, and my story, you know, also was a trauma-related story, and I ended up getting myself into a corner with a bleeding of my GI issue, and so I had to climb out of it and be my own healer and figure out a way how to get healed without going into pharmaceutical end of it, which I'm grateful to share with the rest of women that are struggling with any kind of GI issues. And of course, it entices in all different issues because, you know, our gut is our brain. Today, there's more and more science that comes out from it. So of course, stress related anything is going to be the root related cause of any kind of illnesses. So I am very passionate to help other women to figure out how they are not alone, and everything is possible to be used as food as medicine to clean and clear the root cause of their issues, including their mind, of course, you know. So I'm very passionate to pass my knowledge to other women that I work with.
Oh, thank you, Irina. That sounds so inspiring. Awesome, awesome. Okay, and now let's move on to Kathy.
Alicia.
I'm already unmuted. Hi, everybody. My name is Kathy Murphy, And I am thrilled and honored to be here with all of you. Dina, thank you. And thank you to all the other fabulous women that are in here. I think that I love being part of this because we are a shining light that's going to remind every one of you who reads the book that that light is still inside of you and you will feel it growing. We are like an injection of hope going straight into your veins and your system. You'll feel it move as you read the book. Part of my story is, well, as you can see, I'm like older in age. I shouldn't be alive. I shouldn't be able to walk, but I still surf almost every day. And I'm a coach. I help people with stress, anxiety, and overwhelm to get more done in less time and have a life so that they can find joy, peace, and fun on the way. And if you're feeling like you've been knocked out of life and tossed and turned, it's like getting thrown off of a board. You will find when you read my chapter that we're built to keep getting back on the board. And you have everything you need. When you see it, it's going to propel you back onto that board where you find purpose, passion, prosperity, everything you ever dreamed of. So I look forward to continuing on with this group and to being able to help you guys shine your light by us shining ours.
Oh, that's wonderful, Kathy. What inspiring message. Yes, awesome. And now, Alicia.
I'm just honored to be part of the book. My mess is my message. Our stories, my story is one about my vision loss, as well as how I figured out that the best way for me to approach my vision loss was acceptance and to process the information. I was given the information ahead of the time, in advance of more vision loss. So I had some preparation and time to process before my vision continued to decline. And so that's why that process worked for me. Not everybody gets the gift of time to process before something happens, to make change, but I still didn't know what was going to happen to me. So I share my sight loss story, and I'm passionate about sharing that because not everybody sees the same. And actually, I just learned earlier today that folks that have corrective lenses, you're within the scope of someone who is visually impaired. And you may not think about it that way, but I think that's kind of cool because data represents the total numbers of people with vision conditions. But that was sort of a side note. So I look forward to inspiring you about that we all have the light inside and the darkness is right there, but without the darkness, we don't have light. And, there's no need to think about the midlife crisis because really, I think every 10 years is a new chapter of life. And we get the opportunity to reflect on and move on. And what do we want to do with our life? And reflecting is really, really helpful to make sure that we're resonating with ourselves. And I'm a dietitian and chef. I live in San Francisco. I work with my clients one-on-one, and I have a group meal planning program that's a sustainable way to help busy people eat healthy more often. And I really want everybody to remember that they are their own true love, and we're all in a long-term relationship with ourselves till death do us part. So we gotta make sure that we're cool with ourselves. It's an honor to write this book with all of you.
Yeah.
Oh, beautiful. Awesome.
Beautiful.
Oh, isn't that amazing? And of course, we have another 8 authors that couldn't be here with us today. So you are in for a treat when you are going to read this book. My own story is about growing up with the notion that I wasn't good enough and feeling the odd one out in my family. There's a little bit of a drama as I entered life that I'm not going to share now. But yeah, it is not easy. I think we all have our own trials and, tribulations and traumas and all kinds of things in our own unique way, the things that happens to us and that happens through us. And we always have a choice in the end to how we respond to that and to seek the answers. Because we have we can either just give up or we can decide, no, there must be more to it. I didn't sign up for this kind of life. It just, that was my thought. I'm very sure that I did not choose this to be my life. So, and so we find answers, and all of us who have found the answers for ourselves, thereby inspiring others to find answers for them, because we do all have the answers within. And it's through reading the stories that everyone is going to identify with the story, because that's how we identify. We identify through stories. And as you read every of these absolutely real and raw and true story, and you see how, you know, the blessings unfolded. And I think that every one of you can say that no matter what triumph or what traumas and what terrible things happened, that where you are now, having learned all that, you know, having become this you who you are now, it's absolutely been worth it, isn't it? Yeah, it's absolutely true. We are just so much more than we think we are. And I think that is the promise of the book as well to the people who read it. Well, that is my bit. I'm going to ask you that if you watch this video and you want to be the first to know when this book is going to be published on that day, that you can buy it for 99 cents. Then please comment below the video, or if you know any of the authors here, get in touch with us. We'll invite you to join a fan group on Facebook so that we can actually let you know, yes, go and buy it now, because you will be just absolutely thrilled with this book. Okay, and give you a kiss and chat soon.
Thank you.